a social work exchange to the program. And Hee-Jun, who is a PhD candidate student here in planning, who shared with the students earlier about planning issues in South Korea. Robert Greer, who's does industrial development, he's doing some work in Namibia right now. And Augustine, who is a planning student, but also from Ghana, who has joined us. And Samson, maybe just introduce, I introduced everybody for you, maybe you can introduce yourselves to the group.
My name is Samson, and I work with Prudential Financial Insurance.
Okay. And you're originally from?
I'm originally from the Upper West region of Ghana.
Right,
Upper West.
Right. But you have family in the Brown Ahafo. Your
Yeah.
brothers, farmer?
Yes, they're doing purely farming.
All right. So lots of good resources here tonight. So, Samson, I have no doubt that you'll be able to jump in here anyplace. But other questions you have for the students about the presentation?
You guys mentioned that comparing the plans in other neighboring countries, but I'm just wondering there are other plannings in the Ghana, not neighboring countries. You guys mentioned that there are 270 plans.
Right. Kim, maybe you want to talk about, you're right, Hee-Jun, you picked up it exactly. The students did, one of their steps was to do, they did case studies about what were the enabling structures in adjacent countries, trying to find out regionally what the influence is, and then they focused in on Ghana. And Kim in particular has some perspective to offer on other planning initiatives in Ghana. So,
well, I've been working with Kojo Forjor. He's an AICP here, but he worked in Ghana a lot. He's actually originally from Ghana. And he specifically said that successful district level plans in Ghana are not particularly successful or pretty much non-existent. But he developed, it's called the Ejisu Visioning Project, where he worked with a university in Kumasi, correct.
Right.
And he took students out and they did the community planning process and developed a vision for planning, much like what we tried to develop for the Offinso North District. But he said in general, when he was doing research to get ready for that project, because he couldn't find a lot of similar projects in Ghana and developing countries in general, he would actually look to plans in the United States. So he would try and find very rural communities where maybe they didn't have official planners and they would have to rely on volunteers and students. So in general, there aren't a lot of plans, it sounds like, which I think actually gives a lot of hope to them that they're all facing the same problems, so that might help them come together to work through those issues together.
Bernard, what was your experience in your district? Did you have like a district plan that you put together and looked at land use and community facilities, how to organize the district? Did you have a district plan?
Yeah, we do. Like my district is Tanisinabdam district. That's the name of my district. Okay. It's one of the newly created districts.
Could you spell that for us so we could, what is the name of your district?
Tanisinabdam.
Maybe you write it down for us. Before you leave.
Okay.
Go tell your story.
Yes. Well, what we did, we started from zero. We started from zero. In fact, the district was a rural area, a complete rural area. A complete rural area. So when the information came that the government or the president, has selected, our place as a new district, it was a good news. Okay, that was the time, we started thinking of what to do, because planning is you start thinking of what to do, isn't it? Yes, you start thinking of what should I do.
Right.
Okay, that was the time.
And when was that? I'm sorry to interrupt you. When was that, the timing of when you started doing your planning?
Yes, that was, when was the first district before this one?
Before this one?
Yeah, all these things were done before.
Yeah, about 4 years.
Yeah, 19...
206.
206.
So just started planning in your district in
Yes.
2006?
Yes, 2006. And we started the assembly. We started our administration, under a community center, small, about 3 rooms. That's where we started the administrative work. The whole assembly started there. Okay? We had a problem of land, because land in Ghana is invested in the hands of the individuals, families, and chiefs. Okay? So there was a problem. Where are we going to site, the administrative buildings?
Right.
We looked at who am I going to get to be the district chief executive? We getting somebody to be the district chief executive was a problem.
Yeah.
Okay? Then we started looking. Then what can we do? Right. Then we look at revenue. For revenue base, we had no revenue base. We didn't even know what to do. Okay. So,
Do you have a planner?
yes,
You have a town planner?
at that time,
All right.
at that time we had no planner.
No planner.
Okay. At that time we had no planner, nothing. We had no planner. We only had, the regional capital. Okay, the regional capital, they were given us the needed support. So what we did was that, first of all, to start looking for a land. And the whole thing was, at that time there was no district executive. When it was announced newly, there was no district. So the whole thing was on the head of the presiding member. Okay. So what we did was, we went to the chiefs, okay, spoke to them, the need for the district, how the new district will bring development, okay. Then we requested for release of lands, okay. And the chief started giving small, any empty space. He said, okay, if you think you can come and put something here, then take it. And that was what we did. And finally, we got 150 acres of land altogether.
150.
Yes.
And do you have a plan? I mean, do you have like a drawing? that says,
Yes,
This is, we want
yes.
the roads, this is where we want.
Yes, now what we did was we tasked the assembly members to go back and meet the people, okay, and try to get their needs, their developmental needs. So it was that we collected, and that included roads, okay, road network in the area, schools, health posts, okay.
I got you. Good plan. Right?
We didn't, that was what they did. They went and collected small pieces of paper. I'm a community, I need a school, the primary school building, we need a dam, we need a borehole, we need a road to link this and to link that. And that was what they brought in pieces.
And then it became the plan.
Oh, yes. And that became the plan for us to start.
How did you fund it? Did you use the
Funding.
The
There's
fun-
some money guy right here.
Yeah. Funding, yes. The funding was, taken over by the assembly itself, because we have what we call the district common fund. Okay. And government gives that to every